Robyn Rowen, your MIIAB lobbyist. I'm here again with my co-star Cinder, who, by the way, wanted nothing to do with me until the camera turned on. But as you can see, we are 10 days before the end of the legislative session, and once again, I'm here in my living room and my dress sneakers instead of being at the legislature in the rotunda. As you can see behind me, the legislature is live on TV, and this is how we have to monitor what is going on in St. Paul from a distance. We often sit in this chair. I often sit in this chair and find myself texting legislators while they are on the floor in committee. It feels a lot like electronic stalking, but it's proven to be effective, and it's our new not so normal. If you want to watch this at home, it's on channel 102. As I'm sure you have heard, the state is facing a $2.5 billion deficit, which is a $4 billion swing from the $1.5 billion surplus that was forecasted in February, just 3 months ago. In the waning days of session, legislators are going to have to grapple with how to keep Minnesotans healthy, the economy healthy, and do all of this in the shade of this looming deficit. I will report on what happens at the legislature next week, but in the meantime, I want to let you know how MIIAB has been assisting you and your clients in these unprecedented times. We continue to work very closely with the Department of Commerce on providing agents flexibility with respect to their license renewals. Most recently, the department announced that both March and April renewal deadlines will be extended to May 31st, 2020, so that agents have time to get the required CE completed. In addition, the department has set up a temporary licensure system. The way the system works is it is meant to assist agents who've completed their pre-licensing training but are unable to take the final test. The department requires that these new agents be sponsored by an insurance company, so the system is really set up to assist companies that have captive agent forces. However, I wanted to check in with you all and see if you have a need for a temporary license in your shops. When we originally talked about this 6 weeks ago, I think folks were thinking there wasn't a need for this type of temporary licensing for independent agents and brokers. However, now that the pandemic and the stay-at-home order seem to be continuing, and there isn't a sign of online testing yet for licensing exams, I wanted to check back in and see where you are, so if there's an issue, we can work with the department to resolve it. So let me know. Last week, Commissioner Kelly reached out to the MIIAB to get our unique perspective on how the COVID-19 pandemic is impacting our workers' compensation clients and insurance companies. So last week, we had a very robust discussion via Zoom with our leadership, the commissioner and his staff, about a variety of workers' compensation issues, including how to handle furloughed employees, what to do about audits, and the need to approve NCCI filings. Our overall theme in our conversation with the commissioner was the need for collaboration and balance so that we can protect a healthy workers' compensation market. This conversation was the latest manifestation of our efforts to position ourselves as a valuable and trusted resource to the Department of Commerce. At the end of the meeting, Commissioner Kelly said that when things get back to normal, he would love to travel around the state and do listening sessions with agents all over Minnesota so he can better understand the issues we're facing and the issues our clients are facing in the face of this pandemic. We've also been reaching out to Minnesota's Congressional Delegation to help them understand the impact of the pandemic on our industry. Specifically, we wanted to make sure that our congressional representatives understood the devastating impact on the industry any congressional action requiring business interruption policies to retroactively pay for COVID losses would have. Thus far, we've had fantastic conversations with Representative Hagedorn from the 1st Congressional District and Representative Pete Stauber from the 8th Congressional District. We were joined by some of their constituents, and we had a very well-rounded conversation about the industry and how misguided it would be to retroactively impose coverage. And as a result of those conversations, neither congressional representative would support retroactive coverage. Lastly, I would like to encourage you to join your fellow association members and our insurance company partners in supporting our Feeding Minnesota Challenge by making a donation to Second Harvest. You can find the details and a link to donate on our website, www.miia.org. We have raised $20,000 so far. Our goal is $100,000, so we need your help. And while I have the luxury to complain about remote lobbying or my desperate need for a manicure, other people are really hurting. So please consider a donation. Thank you.